So tell me about this house. This was the house that
I was born in. It was my grandmother's house.
Not as Tom Jones.
No, Tommy Woodward.
Little Tommy Woodward.
Yeah.
Steps a little steeper now.
Yeah, good God, they are steep. I can't remember them being
steep.
Okay.
Well, this must be fascinating.
Yeah. Wow. I have been in here for years. This is the room.
The room you were born in.
When I was born in. This is it.
That's pretty fabulous. Yeah. Well, you wouldn't have recognized it at the time, but I suppose it's not too many of us go back to the rooms we were born in.
That's right.
Can I ask a delicate question? Was there an indoor toilet in those days?
No, just out there.
Right.
But I think you can get there from here now, right? Yeah, you had to go out there and around the back there.
Right.
But now, of course, they've put it in. What's your name, man?
Yvonne.
Yvonne, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
I'm Tom, how are you? Yeah, see? That's it. You can go through this way now.
Right.
Very convenient.
Can I ask you another indelicate question?
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how many bathrooms you have in your house now?
The house in LA is about, let me see, hold on, 6, 7.
7.
Yeah. On a hill far away stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame. But I love that old cross where the dearest and best of a world of lost sinners were slain. I will cling to the old rugged cross where my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. I was always singing when I was a child.
Right.
I always wanted to become a singer, but of course, when you're a child, it's a dream. You know, a lot of kids dream of being an entertainer of some kind. So that was a dream of mine. But I knew I could sing because I would be singing at birthday parties and weddings and stuff, and people would like, wow.
It sounds almost like your earliest childhood recollection is of singing.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. And that was in school, you know, a lot of kids did either soccer stars, you know, the boys.
Yeah.
Soccer stars or cricket stars or, you know, something to do with sport, or rugby stars in Wales especially.
Yes.
Well, my my thing was singing. So that was my sort of knockout punch on the whole. I would have been a coal miner, I would think, if I hadn't had tuberculosis when I was 12.
Really, aside from the fact that you spent your childhood here, which is important for everybody, is it fair to say the most important thing that happened to you was the convalescence that you had to spend in this house?
Yeah, that was important because it gave me, because a lot of kids take things for granted, you know, I mean, they only know what they know, but when you have something like that and it stops you from doing what other children are doing.
In your case, we're talking about tuberculosis.
Tuberculosis. From the time I was 12 until I was 14. It taught me not to take things for granted and not to moan about things and if they were not really important.
Well, you're looking very well, if I may say so.
Thank you.
But you're looking a little different.
Different?
Well, you're looking a little sort of older, I suppose, is one way to put it. Are you doing that deliberately? Or is things just catching up on you?
Well, a little bit of both, I think. I am older to start with. That's one of those things. But I stopped dyeing my hair 2 years ago. I let it go, and I thought it's coming out white now, so maybe that'll be all right. So I let it carry on, and I liked it.
But does it also involve something of an admission on your part that you're, how to put this genteelly, that you're going into another stage of life, let's say?
No. No.
I'm just wondering whether, because this album that you've done, the music is such a departure from what you've been doing
Yes.
previously in this latest album, whether it represents some way in your mind a kind of transition in life to another period.
Not really, because I've been wanting to do an album like this for a long time. But when I listen to it and I listen to my voice now, it's got, I think it's richer than it was when I was younger. So if I had done this album 30 years ago, or 40 years ago for that matter, it would have sounded different. And I think maybe age is that I've lived longer. Maybe I understand more. Maybe it shows in my voice. Maybe. Because when I listen to it back, it sounds very, very real to me.
Is there more life in it, or something? I mean, your technique, if I can, was not to simplify matters, but your technique in if I can say so, the prime of your career was to reach back and let them have it, to belt it out.
Right.
This one is a lot subtler.
Right. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it is age that you learn, though. You learn things. Frank Sinatra told me years and years ago when I first started. He said, "You don't have to belt everything." And but when you're young, you know, I said, "Yes, I do." You know, it's like,
what do you know, Frank?
Yeah, you know, it's like that. You know, and but he was really concerned about my voice.
He thought you could lose it.
He thought I could lose
screaming
it.
like you were.
He thought I was going to blow it because I was singing hard on most of the songs that I did. He said, "You don't have to do that." And the older I've gotten, the more his words ring true.
You were known, you have been known for a certain type of music, popular music, hit parade music, Las Vegas lounge type music. Within that kind of constraint, but was this also a way of you saying, maybe I shouldn't have done that in quite the way that I did it for so long as I did it. Maybe I shouldn't have nurtured the persona that I nurtured with the medallions and the tight pants and the thrown underwear and that kind of thing. Was there any of that attempt at, I don't know if self-redemption is the right word, but that idea?
Well, it's I understand what you're saying, but I did what I did when I did it, you know, and at the time it felt right. But then you get a song like Sex Bomb.
Yeah.
It can be a double-edged sword. You know, when you're trying to, because I've always felt myself as being a serious singer, even if
You were doing Sex Bomb.
well, yeah, you know, even yes, or What's New Pussycat, you know what I mean, which was a novelty song. But I've always sang it in the best way that I know how. I put myself into it. But then, you know, you could be shooting yourself in the foot because you get the hit with a song that if you don't want to be known as a sex symbol, then don't record
Sex Bomb.
Sex Bomb. So at the time, I wasn't really aware of it, but it has had an effect.
But it's not like you ran away and hid from it.
No. I've done what I've done. I've recorded what I've recorded, and there are no regrets in that area because I've done it. So I've only myself to blame.
But in a way, are you not also saying, I'm not that guy anymore? Whether I was that guy at that time, I'm not that guy anymore. This is what I am.
Well, no. Well, I mean, I can't be at 70 years old. I mean, it would be silly to try and be 35 or 40 or maybe even 50. You know, I mean, you can't. You know, there's no way. If you do, then you're going to look silly, and people are going to take you less seriously, you know, than when you're a young person. Yes, it's to do with age. I mean, there's no getting away from it. Maybe I'm trying to.
You're not going soft on us.
No. It's not soft. There's nothing really soft on this album. You know, it's a solid. It's a strong. These songs are strong songs.
Are you afraid to stop? I mean, some people, you know, you hear people say, like, I can't stop. You know, I don't want to get morbid here, but if I stopped working, I'd die.
Right.
If you stopped singing, would that be the end of you?
Yeah, I mean, I dread the day, which time is my enemy. You know, time will catch up with me vocally, and I dread that. I dread to think about life without singing. You know, without because I can express myself. It's a great release. It's a wonderful feeling to get on stage and pour all this stuff out and for people to go, yeah,